Good evening. It is 5:25 here in Hermitage, Tennessee on Saturday, June the 22nd. As you may or may not know, Zoom is scheduled to release a upgrade over the weekend. They have scheduled a webinar for Wednesday at 11 o'clock Pacific time to go over the new features, both in the meeting and in the webinar platform. They are introducing updates not just for the Windows platform, but for the Mac, the iOS, and the Android versions. So this is going to affect just about everybody. They've got some really neat features. I'll run over them shortly. And I'll probably be doing a discussion Monday and Tuesday after the update is actually out, after I get to play with them. But for the updates, what is said to be planned are the following changes. First, the changes to the existing features. And that is, one is removing a user. If a host removes a user from the meeting, they will be banned from the remainder of that meeting session. In other words, once you ban them, they can't come back in to that session. Now, they can come back to any other session, but if you're banned, you're gone. The other is testing the computer audio. If you select to test your computer audio now, you will be taken to an audio wizard to walk you through the testing procedure for adjusting the meetings and such. YouTube, you just click on the little test thing and you said something and it played it back, and if you heard it, it was considered all right. But now they've got an actual testing facility thing that they've added. Share the second camera. The option to share a second camera has been moved from its present location and will now appear in the Advanced tab of the screen sharing section. That basically is really where it probably should have been all along. It fits there better. The new and enhanced features for meetings are you can admit all the people in the waiting room with the click of one button. You will not have to admit them one at a time, as is presently the case. The other is to clear and save all, got a bug, sorry. Click and save all the annotations as a host. You can clear and save all the annotations even if another user is screen sharing. That is a change and an improvement. They also are mentioning something about improved first join experience, but they don't go into details on that exactly. Another big change, and this is really a big one, is screen sharing. You can now share only part of your screen. Presently, you can either share your desktop or you can share your entire application. Now, with the new update, you will be able to share only part of that application screen or part of your desktop, or, so you can take just one section that you're interested in to screen share rather than doing the whole thing. Improved audio and video quality with low bandwidth connections, a reduction of typing noise, and accessibility improvements. That is what's planned for the meeting sessions. Now, for the webinar changes, you're going to get a public Q&A. That is going to really be great. That way the host can enable the public questions and answers and it will allow the attendees to answer the questions asked through the Q&A, where before it was basically limited to the host or co-host doing it. Now, if the host enables it, he can allow other attendees, in the thing to answer as well. You will also be able, attendees will be able to upvote questions that appear in the Q&A. So now, instead of asking 4 different people asking a question, if they look down through the questions that have already been asked, they can, but if there's one there that they wanted to ask, they can upvote that rather than just typing in the second time. That way, the most asked questions or most upvoted questions will move to the top and can be answered. That means more questions for more people will be answered. You don't have take time to answering the same question twice, which means during an entire session, you'll get to answer more questions than having to overrun on the time that you've allowed for the webinar to get all the answered questions. Those are the 2 big ones in the webinar. Now, the meetings and webinar features that they have added for both of them. At last, the desktop client for Windows will be able to be joined into multiple meetings at the same time. This will allow the users to monitor one meeting while participating in another. That, to me, is just fantastic. You will also be able to share only the computer audio into a meeting without having to share your screen. This is going to be a good thing too. Now, this requires you to join computer audio, and it's only on the advanced screen share. That means people who call in by phone will not have this access to this feature. And local recordings with screen sharing, you'll be enabled to have an option where they can display a video thumbnail next to the shared screen, sort of like the attendees now seeing side by side. You'll be able to do that on a local recording. That it's really, really great. If you disable the feature, then the video thumbnail will be embedded in the top right corner. And of course, to get rid of the thumbnail entirely, you just mute your camera. They'll also have improved audio and video for bandwidth connection and other accessibility improvements. That's a quick snapshot of what will be supposedly be in the new update that will be coming out sometime Sunday. So we'll probably be spending next week talking about this, either Monday and Tuesday before they do their webinar on the news, and certainly we'll be talking more about it after they do their webinar and doing a little more deep diving into it. Just wanted to give you all a heads up. Thanks for watching. And now we are going to stop this recording if I can get all my windows in a row here. Yep, there it is. Stop the recording. Bye.